nervous. Like, still got a little like, ooh, but all right, if the answer, question comes, I'm gonna be there to answer it. Like, I've already done this too many times to even be too worried about it.
Go step that way. Here. Don't step that way. Where's the fight going that way? Hey, what's your head? Love that one. Mario Barrios is a hell of a puncher. He's very explosive, dangerous hook, very dangerous. Everybody knows that hook gonna knock a buffalo out. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
He probably throw a hook more like mine than anybody seen.
Yeah.
He got that one-punch shock on that left hook, deadly, and then he understands how to throw it. So yeah, that's what he is.
This is a much different version of myself, as you can see in my energy. And, you could see, how taking care of your body, being a real athlete and showing a good example, you're going to see that this fight.
Ryan Garcia sharpens his signature left hook in camp as Roy Jones Jr. refines timing and precision ahead of the Mario Barrios showdown. The legendary former champion has taken Garcia under his wing to polish the punch that has become his most devastating weapon. The collaboration between the two has generated significant buzz throughout the boxing community. Roy Jones Jr. demonstrates proper left hook technique, focusing on balance, timing, hip rotation, and guard position. He emphasizes explosive delivery to maximize power, accuracy, and defensive responsibility. Every movement is broken down with surgical precision, ensuring that Garcia understands not just how to throw the punch, but why each component matters. The attention to detail is designed to elevate Garcia's already dangerous left hook to an even higher level. Roy Jones Jr. praises Ryan Garcia for his devastating left hook and calls him an incredible puncher with one of the finest hooks in boxing. The compliment carries significant weight coming from a fighter who revolutionized the sport with his own explosive power and creativity. Jones's endorsement reinforces Garcia's reputation as one of the most dangerous offensive fighters in the division. Roy Jones Jr. explains that boxing is built on technique rather than conditioning. A fighter relying only on stamina may last a few rounds, but true technical skill ensures survival until the final bell. The distinction highlights Jones's philosophy that fundamentals and precision are what separate the great fighters from the merely good ones. For Garcia, mastering the mechanics of his left hook is essential to his success. Ryan Garcia admits he lacked focus in previous years and spent too much time distracted by partying and outside influences. The confession reveals a level of honesty and self-awareness that has not always been present in his public statements.
He's a hell of a puncher. He's very explosive, dangerous hook, very dangerous. Everybody knows that hook gonna knock a buffalo out. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
He probably throw a hook more like mine than anybody seen.
Yeah.
He got that one-punch shock on that left hook, deadly, and then he understands how to throw it. So yeah, that's what he.
Past shortcomings is the first step toward making the necessary changes to reclaim his position among boxing's elite. Now he feels disciplined and motivated with the right people guiding his decisions and holding him accountable. The support system around him has shifted, and Garcia appears determined to make the most of this renewed sense of purpose. His commitment to surrounding himself with positive influences reflects a maturity that has been missing in previous camps. Roy Jones.
Technique, then conditioning. Nowadays, fighters are more into strength and conditioning than technique. How that happened was people started getting lazy with technique, so they would have technique. Like you have a lot of guys that would have a technique, but they wouldn't be conditioned. So they come to the ring, they look good for a few rounds, then they die off. The better conditioned guy win the fight. So what started happening was a lot of guys that had technique were getting beat by guys that didn't have the same technique, but had better conditioning. So what happens? Boxing transitioned from a skill sport to a better conditioning sport. So now people forget about technique, but they work on more on condition.
Jones Jr. praises Ryan Garcia, calling him a talented fighter who brings excitement and makes every bout compelling regardless of the opponent. Jones recognizes Garcia's ability to captivate audiences and create memorable moments inside the ring. The compliment from such a respected figure underscores Garcia's value to the sport beyond just his win-loss record.
It was much different circumstances. You know, I was coming off a suspension, and during that suspension, I was drinking and partying and doing whatever I want for all the way through until they told me that I had to fight. My instincts told me not to. My body wasn't well. You know, it had a lot of toxins in it, as you could imagine. A lot of stupid shit I did. But you know, when you have a lot of people in your ear and people are telling you can make $5 million, it's an easy fight, and you know, but you know internally that it's not the right decision, and I didn't trust my heart and didn't trust my instincts, and I paid the price for it.
So you say that you knew that it was not the right thing to do. Was there a moment in training camp or the week of the fight where you thought, man, I really think I might lose?
Oh, every day.
Chris Algieri explains that every situation in boxing has its own nuances, and Ryan's case is especially unique. He emphasizes that the dynamic between a fighter and their trainer is shaped more by personality than culture. While culturally father-son pairings have succeeded, like Robert Garcia with his father or even Roy Jones Jr.'s father, clashes can occur when strong personalities collide. Algieri
I have to lose 30 pounds, remember how to box, and try to get sharp all in 2 months. And I don't even know how my body's gonna react. And it wasn't reacting. Every 2 days, it would just shut down. Runs didn't feel right. Nothing felt correct as it should. And I'm not blaming anybody. You come to find out, you know, whatever was happening in the Haney fight, it will never be replicated again. You can't do that. I still don't know to this
That was
day
crazy, yeah.
how I was able to drink and do whatever I wanted and somehow still win. I just wanted to make a mockery of it.
He points out that Ryan's father is known to have a strong personality, much like Ryan himself, which makes their collaboration unpredictable. Yet, when the personalities align, as with Floyd Mayweather and his uncle, remarkable results can happen. The key is finding the right balance between authority and mutual respect. He notes that in recent times, Ryan has struggled with discipline, coaching, and structured training. Algieri observes that Ryan often prefers informal training in his living room, surrounded by distractions rather than maintaining a consistent gym routine. The hope is
off that kid because he's one that's out there doing like what I used to do. He's fighting them all. He don't care who they are, where they are. He gets paid for it, he'll fight. And that's a beautiful thing. That is what boxing has been missing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't care who he fights. It's going to be an instant fight, and he has a chance to beat anybody.
is that his father can help redirect him, reinstating a more traditional training approach that Ryan thrived under in the past. If they manage to reconcile their personalities and lean on their shared history, Ryan could regain his previous high level of performance. Algieri concludes that while challenges exist, the right guidance could make a substantial difference in Ryan's boxing journey. Analysts point out a key tactical flaw in Ryan Garcia that could seriously impact his upcoming fight against Mario Barrios. While
I think every case is its own, every case is unique, and Ryan is especially unique. Champ, you mentioned culture versus personality. I think it's much more personality than culture, because we've seen culturally it work with Mexican father-son duos. I mean, we have Robert Garcia here, his father trained him, and Mikey Garcia, it worked, you know. And then you've got, you know, even like Roy Jones versus Floyd Mayweather. Roy Jones's father, you know, butting heads. You know, Floyd and his father butting heads. Uncle worked out great. Roger and Floyd worked out beautifully. But the fathers, they hit heads together. Then you got, even today, you got Naoya Inoue and his father. His father's fantastic. Trains both him and his brother. And to great success, and it seems like doesn't seem like there's much friction there, at least that we've seen. So I don't think it's so much cultural as much as it is personality. And in terms of the personalities, Ryan is a very large personality. Apparently so does his...
Ryan is undoubtedly talented, his most recent performances have raised concerns. Despite his skills and marketability, he recently lost a fight that many critics argue should have positioned him better. The concern is that flashy appeal and commercial presence don't always equate to tactical excellence in the ring. Substance must match the style. Looking at his bout with Rolly Romero highlights this issue. Romero, though not in
back on their history, to which case Ryan could actually perform at a very high level again. In recent form, Ryan has had a lot of trouble with coaching. Listening to what he's going to do, showing up to the gym, he'd rather train. It seems like in his living room, wearing sweatpants and whoever's around with influencers. Maybe his father can crack him out of that and get him back to a more traditional training style like we've seen him in the past when he was on a really good run at some point, at a point a few years ago where he looked like he really could take over and then things kind of fell off. So possibly the father-son duo this time could work once again because it has worked in the past.
When you look at this, all we need now is a coach with some experience. Oh, we have Coach Robert Garcia. What's the secret sauce here? Is there one? Is it about knowing when to be dad and when to be coach? Is there a secret here? Is it just, as the guys have pointed out, a matter of personal?
Elite fighter, had extensive sparring experience with Ryan and understood his tendencies. He effectively countered Ryan's attacks, exploiting weaknesses in Garcia's style. Ryan's usual approach of pressing forward and dictating action played right into Romero's strategy. Early in the fight, Ryan's aggression was met with tight defense and smart counter-punching, making him hesitant for the remainder of the bout. Rolly's discipline and defensive positioning also stand out.
Frank Davis, elite level counterpuncher, that's Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist. They're much more talented fighters than Mario Barrios. But then I take you to his most recent outing, and he lost this fight. It's the reason people are like, how on earth does he have a world title shot in his next fight? Well, that's what being good looking in a massive commercial pool does for you. But I take you to the Rolly Romero fight, and Romero is okay, but he's not an elite level fighter in my opinion, but he was someone who had sparred a lot of rounds with Ryan Garcia and understood Ryan Garcia as a fighter. And again, he shows you the way here with effective counterpunching and isolating those weaknesses of Ryan Garcia. So what you'll see here in the Romero fight, and what I really like about Rolly here, is that he's not afraid of Ryan Garcia rushing him. And Ryan Garcia wants to do what Ryan Garcia does. Those things we explained before. He likes to press the action. And it's early in the fight. And this made him so apprehensive for the rest of the fight that he lost. As you can see, Ryan Garcia, he steps into the fight here. And even though Ryan Garcia is right in front of him, Rolly knows Ryan's probably looking for that lead hook.
By keeping his hands tight at his chin and maintaining a solid stance with good leg positioning, he neutralized Ryan's favored lead hook. This example underscores that without adaptation and strategic discipline, Ryan's natural aggression could be exploited again, posing a serious risk against a calculated opponent like Mario Barrios. Tim Bradley breaks down the upcoming fight between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, highlighting key dynamics that could determine the outcome.
Like that culminated in the Romero fight because Ryan Garcia was expected to beat Rolly Romero. He's not seen as being the best operator out there, Rolly Romero. And I guess it shows you that a fighter who's not even top level can exploit Ryan Garcia with the right game plan. So can Mario Barrios do it? And what can Ryan Garcia do about it? Can he change? Can he fix these problems? Well, even though I don't think he's particularly consistent with his counter-punching Barrios, he has shown in moments he can do it. And so if Ryan Garcia remains the same, I think there's a chance he can execute this. I'll show you in this fight here against Akhmedov, when Barrios was down at super lightweight. Watch here. So he steps in with the jab, which misses. Akhmedov then returns with his own backhand, which Barrios pulls back from. And then in that moment, you can see his right hand here is away from his chin, a la Ryan Garcia, I suppose you could say. Barrios catches him with a counter left hook, which is the exact position that Ryan Garcia has been a little bit weakened, and he touches down there, Akhmedov. Against Ugas, we see him land a nice counter jab here as Ugas fires his jab, he catches it, throws his own jab up.
He notes that Barrios' coach, Joe Goosen, brings a critical advantage. Having studied Ryan Garcia's tendencies and knowing his vulnerabilities, this insight could help Barrios exploit Ryan's weaknesses while maximizing his own strengths. Bradley emphasizes that Mario Barrios is a well-rounded fighter. While not elite in any single area, he is competent in multiple aspects: counter-punching, fighting off the back foot, slipping punches, and combining blocks with quick counters.
Things I want to start off with, the coach, Goosen's in Barrios' corner. That's going to be interesting in the sense that fact that Goosen knows Ryan Garcia. He knows his Achilles heel, man. He knows it. And, Goosen knows he has a horse that is not only tough, but he's well-rounded. Mario Barrios can fight a little bit, fight off the back foot a little bit. He can do a little bit of everything. Counter punch, slip counters, blocking shoots, catching shoots. Like he got a bag. He does. He's average in every single department. Got a really good jab, a hell of a right hand, man. That right hand is gonna be money for him in this fight. I would also say the left hook, to be honest with you. I think one of the most ironic things about Ryan Garcia is you never want to hook with a hooker, but you know, as I follow the evolution of him and his craft.
Possesses a solid jab, a powerful right hand, and a reliable left hook, making him dangerous throughout the fight. One of Bradley's key observations is the threat of Barrios landing the left hook on Ryan Garcia. He points out that while Ryan has developed his own left hook effectively, he is particularly vulnerable to this punch when it comes from a skilled opponent. Bradley recalls other fighters like Haney and even Oscar De La Hoya who excelled at the left hook offensively but struggled to defend against it.
By the left hook, Barrios isn't a bad puncher. He's a pretty good, solid puncher. But the left hook is dangerous to punch with Ryan Garcia with the left hook. However, I've seen Haney do it. You know, I don't know, for some apparent reason, guys that know how to throw that left hook, they sucker for left hooks themselves. I remember De La Hoya being a sucker for the left hook as well. You know, they're really good at landing their left hook, but shit, they don't do well with taking one in return. But the punch for Barrios is the right hand. And he will have opportunities to land it on Ryan Garcia, because Ryan, he shoots his jab and he brings his hand back low. And then he stands up tall as well, so he's always having his, you know, chin, you know, straight up in the air. And, you know, most of the times he'll flick the jab out there or shoot the jab out there, and then he looks to get out of range.
This tactical insight underscores the importance of defense, awareness, and adaptation in what promises to be a highly competitive matchup. Ryan reflects on his recent training camp, admitting he struggled to train hard for more than 2 consecutive days. His body constantly resisted running or workouts, and he repeatedly checked his blood and health markers, realizing the effects of past habits and the 30-pound weight gain hadn't yet left his system.
Because in the training camp, I couldn't train hard or good for more than 2 days straight. My body would be like rejecting a run, rejecting anything I was doing. It was like, damn, like what's wrong with me? I kept checking my blood, I kept checking everything, like, whoa, something's going on. Like, I didn't realize that, you know, all the stupid you did throughout the year, it's hard to get out of your system in 2 months, and you're 30 pounds up. And your body ain't gonna be moving like a system. So it was just a big disconnect, but I didn't realize it at the time. It was just like, oh, I gotta do this, and I tried to make way what I had. You know, he caught me with a shot.
Oh my gosh, a double hook, short hook, caught Ryan right on the chin, dropped him.
It was more of a push on the second shot. He caught me one shot and then kind of pushed me, knocked me over.
Recalls being caught by a double hook in a fight. Though he wasn't truly hurt, watching the fight later, he felt disconnected and uninterested. Committing to himself and his father, Ryan promises to show his best version every time he steps into the ring. Max Kellerman and Robert Garcia gave candid reactions to the announcement of the upcoming Ryan Garcia vs. Mario Barrios fight, emphasizing the importance of training and preparation over raw talent. Both analysts pointed out that while Ryan possesses elite skills and physical gifts, his recent training habits have raised concerns. Garcia highlighted that inconsistent discipline in the gym and reliance on informal or distracted training methods could limit Ryan's performance. Kellerman noted that talent alone does not guarantee success at the highest level, particularly against a well-rounded opponent like Mario Barrios. He stressed that the fight will test not only Ryan's natural ability, but also his focus, work ethic, and adaptability under pressure. Garcia echoed this, emphasizing the need for structured training and commitment to a disciplined routine to maximize Ryan's potential. Both also acknowledged the role of Ryan's father returning as a guiding presence in the camp. They agreed that strong coaching combined with consistent effort could help Ryan overcome previous struggles with preparation and mental readiness.
With his dad, which I'm not saying the dad is not, you know, the dad brought him through the amateurs, but when he left his dad or went to seek a different trainer, before he came back to that, he went through 3 different trainers. Wow. That means all 3 are not good enough to, you know, they're all 3 are the best in the world.
Here's the question. Did Ryan Garcia ever allow those trainers to be the boss?
That's why he's back with his dad, because he's the boss. That's why. Yeah. Look, Joe Goosen, I know Joe Goosen. My brother used to train with him. He's not gonna just let you get away with stuff like that. Derrick James, neither. Eddie Reynoso doesn't need. You know, he's made so much money with Canelo that if you want to come to me, it's going to be under my rules. And if that didn't work, then Ryan's back. So that's I give that big advantage to Barrios.
That's the thing about boxing, and Big Baby Miller pointed it out, because there's no structure. And hopefully that'll happen with Zuffa Boxing, and I am a part of Zuffa Boxing, full disclosure. The first fight coming up on the 23rd.
Oh, congrats,
but you need some kind of. There you go. You need some kind of. So the undercard has not been announced yet, but we could talk about what
names, but
But we need some kind of structure. In the NFL, the guy has to sit there for the media interview. He shows up on time. He's got to do it. And to give you an NFL analogy, think about the Broncos, right? When they had Russell Wilson over there, and he had his own office and everything, and it was nothing. It was dysfunctional. Then they hired Sean Payton.
Cut it out.
As a coach, that's like going to train with Goosen or going to train with a world-class trainer, right? And you knew as soon as Sean Payton got there, ain't no one's going to have the.
The consensus was clear. While Ryan's talent is undeniable, his performance against Barrios will largely depend on how seriously he approaches training and whether he can maintain focus throughout the camp and into the fight itself. That's it for today's video. So stay tuned. Until next time, keep following the world of boxing for all the latest news and developments. The journey of Ryan Garcia is far from over, and we will continue to cover it as it unfolds.